This is breaking news.
Tonight, we've learned a grand jury will not indict the officer who shot and killed a homeowner last year. News 3, the first to report the latest update in the shooting death of Brandon Durham. Good evening, I'm Marie Mortera. Body camera video recording the 43-year-old being shot 6 times by Metro officer Alexander Bookman as he struggled over a knife with an intruder. Our Kristen Drummond, the first to break the story, and she now joins us live here in studio with the very latest.
Well, Marie, for months, Durham's family and attorneys called for accountability. Now they're processing the grand jury's decision to issue a no bill in this case. So what does that mean? Well, the grand jury reviewed evidence presented by the prosecution and decided there isn't enough to formally charge Bookman with a crime.
I'm very disappointed by this outcome.
A setback in seeking justice.
And I'm not able to understand it, to be candid.
Canon Lambert questions the grand jury choosing to not indict Metro Police Officer Alexander Bookman.
I feel like this is a case of murder and that it should be treated as such.
Lambert represents the family of Brandon Durham, the 43-year-old shot and killed by Bookman on November 12th. Durham called 911 to report a break-in at his home. Body camera video shows Bookman responding, kicking down the front door, entering and finding Durham struggling over a knife with an intruder identified by police as Alejandra Boudreaux. Bookman commands to drop the knife and immediately shoots Durham.
Hey, hands off the knife!
Following it up with 5 more shots as Durham's then 15-year-old daughter was in another bedroom.
It's incomprehensible that somebody would think that this is justifiable.
Durham's partner, Rachel Gore, she was not in the house at the time of the shooting. Gore telling me she continues trying to understand the latest outcome.
I cried in my room for about 2.5 hours.
How difficult is it to process this right now?
I don't know that I've completely processed it.
The family accuses Bookman of failing to de-escalate the situation, pressing for answers after learning Bookman responded to Durham's home the night before the shooting. Durham calling 911 to report Boudreaux for trespassing after she refused to leave. Body camera video shows Bookman interacting with both of them.
And then they were like, I'm not leaving. Make me leave and stuff like that. And I'm like, all right, I'm not getting into a fight like that.
How is it that this is not a crime?
Despite a decision, Lambert says he and the family plan to keep seeking accountability in the case.
We won't stop here. We'll continue to forge ahead.
When you say continue to forge ahead, what does that look like?
Well, as you know, the DOJ is an option.
Now, the Las Vegas Police Protective Association continues to support Bookman, telling News 3 that Bookman believed it was necessary to use deadly force based on the circumstances he saw in that moment. Bookman's attorney, who also represents the union for Metro Police, plans to address media Friday morning. Marie?
All right, so that's the word from the attorney. Looking forward to that. But in the meantime, what do we know about Officer Bookman?
Well, following this investigation, we know that Bookman was placed on paid administrative leave. Now, I have reached out to Metro Police to learn or find out when he will be active again, but we have not received a response yet. But again, that email was sent after hours, so we are hoping and expecting a response by tomorrow.
But what an update after months of reporting a story that you've been on from the very beginning. We thank you for your late coverage here tonight. Now, while there may not be criminal charges, a civil lawsuit was filed against the officer and Metro Police. The family of Brandon Durham filed those papers back in April. The lawsuit lists 8 counts and claims Bookman failed to de-escalate the situation, as Kristen reported, and had no justification for shooting Durham. The family seeking policy reforms, mandatory de-escalation training, and stricter disciplinary measures for those with prior misconduct, along with more than $1 million in damages. A trial date has been set for the suspect involved in the home invasion. Boudreaux faces 4 felony charges and is being held on $1 million bail. The trial is scheduled for October 13th with a status check on September 15th.